There's no disputing the city's mental health crisis is a real issue, and Mayor Eric Adams' positions on the crisis have drawn both support and criticism. But Jordan Neely supporters, they are not going to be distracted. They say they remain laser focused on Daniel Penny and the Manhattan DA's office investigating his actions.
One of our own is dead. A black man, black like me.
New York City Mayor Eric Adams making his most expansive comments to date Wednesday about Jordan Neely during a 13-plus-minute speech. Neely was agitated on board an F train when 24-year-old former U.S. Marine Daniel Penny placed Neely in a chokehold.
It is time to build a new consensus around what can and must be done for those living with serious mental illness.
He also took the opportunity to discuss the city's broader mental health crisis. The mayor announced a homeless outreach summit convening next week among the city's 5 major contracted social services providers, an upcoming gathering of various community stakeholders and faith leaders. The mayor also recommitted to his administration's policy, first announced several months ago, to remove someone deemed to be severely mentally ill from the street and transfer them to a hospital. But many concerned observers, including the Reverend Al Sharpton, making it clear their focus right now is squarely on the actions of the man who put Neely in that fatal chokehold.
If he was going through an episode, you medicate that, or you remedy that, you don't kill him.
In noting Neely's documented history of mental illness, Penny's attorneys claim Neely aggressively threatened him and other passengers, and that in employing that chokehold, Penny never intended to harm Neely. Penny remains free, but is under active investigation by prosecutors working for Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg. Bragg recently touched on the perceived frustration with his office's silence on the case.
For us to speak certainly about any grand jury matter would be a felony crime.
Criminal defense attorney and former prosecutor Bernarda Villalona says she understands the public may be frustrated with the NYPD's questioning and release of Penny.
All your ducks have to be in a row once you make an arrest, because you have 180 hours from the time of arrest to actually make a presentation to a grand jury.
Villalona warns prosecutors have good reason to tread carefully and present to the grand jury the strongest case possible.
Once they vote on those charges, you can't go back into the grand jury and present those same charges, because there will be an issue of whether it's double jeopardy or due process.
And again, we are still awaiting official confirmation from the Manhattan DA's office on whether this case has been presented to a grand jury.